want to like start big and like start with like things we miss from the U.S. in general, like
Oh.
as a country, and then maybe some things like we miss like from California, the state that we've lived in forever, and then get specific to like, and then Turlock, like where we were living.
And then we can go to 952 9th Street, where we used to live. And then our bedroom.
And then the toilet.
And then the toilet. We're going to really narrow it down, like with Google Maps.
Bienvenidos, welcome, and thank you for joining us for Season 2, Episode 3 of the PanaFamilia Podcast with Eduardo and Nicole, where we discuss our experience relocating to and raising our 3 young children here in Panama, share our journey of building our new farm and home here in Central America, and let you know what we're learning along the way. We're glad you're here. Vámonos! Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Easter Sunday, and we decided to record an episode.
It's a nice warm day here in Panama.
Surprise, surprise.
Again, Las Lajas, Panama.
We went to church this morning and have been enjoying Easter Sunday, and now all the kids are napping or playing quietly, and yeah, we're waiting on a brisket and the barbecue and figured we'd record together. It's fun to do that, right?
A quick hitter.
Yes, we're gonna try and make some shorter episodes. Sorry, the last 2 have been a bit longer, getting a little carried away. We're gonna go back to our commitment of, keeping it under 20 minutes. Right?
Try to.
Try to. So we're gonna do a little mini series on this episode. We're going to talk about things we miss from the States, California, Turlock. And then our next episode will be things that we love about Panama. And then what could a third one be?
We'll think of something.
Yeah.
The brain trust will think of something.
We're going to do that. And so, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And this is not to complain, but just to shed light on, I don't know, some things that we miss living with. But as you'll see, none of them are really they're not important.
Some are kind of important.
Do you want to start big and start with things we miss from the U.S. in general, as a country, and then maybe some things we miss from California, the state that we've lived in forever. And then get specific to and then Turlock, where we were living.
And then we can go to 952 9th Street, where we used to live. And then our bedroom.
And then the toilet.
And then the toilet. We're going to really narrow it down, like with Google Maps. All right, well, we'll start with some stuff from the United States.
Yeah.
I think the first one is at least where we live here in Panama, is a reliable electrical grid system.
Yes.
We have a power outage basically every day. A lot of them are just a minute long, 2 minutes long, 5 minutes long, but then you get one like we had a couple nights ago where the power went out for 6 hours.
And 2 days before that, there was a planned power outage for 6 hours. But that was during the middle of the day. That's when we drove somewhere. Where'd we go?
We went to Juan Vaca that day.
Yeah.
But yeah. So annoying. The most annoying ones are the ones that happen right around dinner time, and you have to do dishes, you have to take showers, you have to cool down.
Try and get the kids to bed, without, water or power. Luckily, we have a generator here at the hotel, and usually they'll come put it on for us.
Yeah, we plan to get a generator at our house, too. But it's not ideal. We can't run the AC on the generator because...
Mm-hmm. Or many other things.
Because it just sucks up too much wattage from the generator.
Yeah.
So we'll have like 12 generators at our house.
Stupid. The one the other night, though, it was like after everyone was in bed and it started raining and it was cool. I mean, I enjoyed it.
That one wasn't too bad.
We lit some candles, opened the windows, enjoyed
I hung out
listening.
Outside.
Yeah, enjoyed listening to the rain. Eddie was on snake watch on the patio. He put on pants and sat outside.
But then a couple days later was horrible because it was hot. We just had a power outage that morning for the power outage for them to do service work, so they took out power for the whole town for like 5 hours. And then it was just hot, sweaty. It was all night. Basically, it's like 1:30 in the morning.
That was the night before my birthday.
The night before her birthday.
And we didn't have water for part of that time.
And we didn't have water. Yeah. So I slept on the couch and woke up like I jumped in the swimming pool.
Gross.
The kids...
They're usually fine.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we can have a fan going, with a generator, we can deal with it.
So that was a pretty bad one. All right, well, you want us to go for another?
Another one, I thought about it. Another one that we missed just from the U.S. in general would be a reliable, quick shipping system, postal system. So this is kind of like both because we receive no mail here. Right?
There's no
postal.
There's no house
here.
numbers. There's no.
So we don't get any mail here. We have a virtual mailbox with a mailing address in the United States. So we get important mail, but we don't get any junk mail. We don't have to deal with that, which is nice. But when we want to order stuff online, luckily there is a service that we can get, like Amazon packages or other online stores. We can get them here. But it takes, 2 to 3 weeks, which, whatever, I've learned to plan ahead and it's not that big of a deal. But when you're used to we need this or we want that or something, or I forgot to order a birthday present for someone or something like that, you can't just order something the day before and get it. You've got to plan way in advance. So that's another thing that I miss. But at the same time, we can still do it here. It's just patience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would say those are the two big ones for the country as a whole.
Yeah. The other one is just being able to get to everything so easily as far as stores and stuff like that. This is more of just kind of where we chose to live, I guess. But we are an hour away from a big city. So if we want some nicer quality stuff, we have to go an hour to this town where majority of towns in the United States have a pretty big store
close by.
I
mean, there are people that live out in rural places, obviously.
Yeah, but even them, I guess, are within 30 minutes to 45 minutes of a Walmart.
Do you want to live within 30 minutes of a Walmart? Is that your...
Sorry.
Well,
a Target.
Well, even the building materials, for building the dome.
Stuff like that.
We have to really know, okay, we need all this stuff. So when we go, we got to get all that stuff. And if we forget one little hinge, it's well...
We got to wait another week.
Yeah, I'm not going back to David for a hinge.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, sorry, Home Depot, not a Walmart. But Walmart does have everything. Let's be real.
Well, they don't have building materials.
Yeah,
though.
But they have,
Okay.
All right,
we're big Walmart fans over here. That's why we left USA.
Okay, let's go to California.
Okay, things we missed from California. I am going to let Eduardo start this off. Number one, California. I miss In-N-Out cheeseburgers. I second that.
But
Say it again.
In-N-Out cheeseburgers.
In-N-Out cheeseburgers.
I won't get too deep into it, but I just miss In-N-Out cheeseburgers.
We really love In-N-Out. Yeah.
And this can be also just for Turlock, but just the California food in general, Mexican food, sushi. We haven't had sushi since we left. We've had Mexican food, but not as good.
No, it's just not. I mean, it's not going to be as
It's
good.
not the same.
Yeah.
We've had burgers, but just not the same.
We've had good burgers here,
They're
but
good burgers,
but In-N-Out has the special burger, you know, with the fries, and it's the whole ambiance, and then you get the stickers for the kids, and I mean,
the pink lemonade, the sponge bread, the American cheese, the onions, the spread sauce. Oh man.
you gonna cry?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the thing I miss the most from California, is just being able to go to In-N-Out cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm. Wherever you are, there's one within an hour or 30 minutes probably.
You got another one?
I would say the coastline of California. I mean, we love the beach here, but I love the cool coast. I love the Monterey area, the Santa Cruz area, you know, the San Francisco Bay Area. Like, I miss going to the beach and being able to be like, put a sweater on and sit on the sand, you know, or it gets cloudy here on the beach, but
Never cool.
no, not really. There's been a few times maybe that it's like, when it is during the rainy season, that it's, you know, cool and breezy there, but not even close to what it is on the California, like the, you know, central to northern California coast. We haven't even mentioned like our family and friends.
That's all right. They know we miss them. We don't even talk about them.
That's something obviously that's like that we miss too, is all of our family is in most, other than like a few, you know, cousins, your godmother, godparents, now your sister. Yeah, she lives out of state. But
she's going back. So.
But yeah, so most of our family, other than a few family members, all live in California, and most of them too live, you know, in Turlock or near there. So having that family community around us, you know, has been a huge difference here too. Anything else about California as a whole, specifically?
Mexicans. I miss Mexicans.
Yeah.
Mr. Sense of Humor. Mr. Spanish. I speak Mexican Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do miss hearing Mexican Spanish.
And I say words that are something in Mexico or Mexican Spanish, whatever you want to call it.
California Mexican
Spanish. And these guys look at me like, what the heck is that? Doesn't mean that. And then they'll say words. I'm like, what is that? But yeah, I miss Mexicans.
All right, and then
the last one I miss about California is seasons.
Yeah, that's a good one we meant to mention. Yeah.
I mean, there's two seasons here, wet and dry, but they're both warm. The rainy season's a little more temperature-wise, not a hot, but it's a lot more humid.
Mm-hmm. You'll get chances for it to cool down more in the rainy season, I guess. Yeah.
And right now it's not as humid, but it's pretty hot, 90 to 95 degrees. You do miss, you know, when it got to the 30s or 0 in Celsius, as we
say now. Yeah.
Do miss the seasons like that.
Yeah, you appreciate the warmth more when you are like cold for, you know, and
3-4 months.
Where we lived didn't even have, you know, obviously we didn't have like snow or we hardly had freezing temperatures, but still, I mean,
still got cold.
It was cold and everything would die and frost, and I don't miss the fog. That always made me nervous when you would like drive in the fog.
Yeah, I don't miss that at all.
Yeah.
Okay, Turlock. You want to go first?
Sure.
I miss being 2 hours away from everything.
The classic Turlock.
Yeah, Turlock's right in the middle of California, and you're within 2 hours of a lot of cool stuff. On top of, you know, being in Turlock, but the joke kind of came from my cousin from Texas.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny. We were talking about places to go just for them when they're visiting, and I brought up like 3 different. I think it was like Yosemite, San Francisco, and like
Sacramento or something.
Sacramento, or even Santa Cruz, and I kept saying, like, not even thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, that's like 2 hours away. Oh yeah, that's like 2 hours away. And after like the third time, my cousin's like, let me guess, it's 2 hours away. Everything's 2 hours away from here. So, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Everything
it actually kind of is.
It is kind of true. But like, it was fun to be within 2 hours of
driving,
you know, you can take a day trip to a lot of different places.
Yeah, I mean, California just had a lot of beautiful places that we love to visit.
Santa Cruz, you know, when we didn't have kids, we'd go to San Francisco a lot and travel around there, or you could go up to the mountains and get away.
Yeah, you could go to Yosemite or Pinecrest or
there's just
other
a lot
places.
of different ranges. You can go to Sacramento. Sacramento's starting to get a lot of fun.
And you could go to Monterey.
It was just nice to be 2 hours away from a lot of different stuff.
I miss our like farm and community that we like built with like all the different families and friends that we knew that like had their, you know, small businesses that we would buy from and get all these like amazing good products and amazing food and stuff. Like, oh, we'd go here for our bread and we'd go here for our coffee and we'd go here for our mushrooms and we'd go to the farmer's market for this and to the fruit stand for that. And we're slowly finding that here. We really are. Praise God. And it's just not as, I guess, easy to find. Not everyone has like, you know, an Instagram and a website and like all this stuff. Like you kind of just have to hear about stuff through word of mouth and getting to know people and asking around and driving around and seeing signs. So I miss the quality of food to cook with. This has nothing to do with like, oh, going out to eat. Like this is more like having access to really good quality food, whether that was from, you know, like a grocery store or a local farm or a friend, you know, trading goods for stuff, giving people lamb meat and getting, you know, eggs or milk or coffee or whatever, like I mentioned. Obviously miss like our farm, but that's something that we're building here. So eventually like we'll get back to that. But yeah, we had a really good thing going there. And I mean, obviously we've said it before, it was really hard to leave that. And it's been hard to like adjust our eating and adjust our meals and get really creative and know that we're not eating as good as we used to. But accepting that and, you know, working with what we have and just being thankful for what we can find. That's probably one of the biggest things I miss from Turlock. But like I said, we're slowly finding it. We just found a local beef guy who has organic beef here. I don't think there's a lot of regulations on, you know, antibiotics and medicines and hormones and like how close you can use those before you like kill the animal and process the meat and stuff. So like who knows what's in a lot of the stuff we're eating. But yeah, we just found a beef source, and we've met some other small farmers with eggs and a lady here in town who makes a lot of amazing products from her fruits and herbs and stuff. And then eventually we'll have our own farm to source from.
I got two. I'll do one quick one and my last one. I miss a burrito supreme pastor. Just a big old burrito supreme. If you notice the difference between mine and Nicole's, mine are a lot more materialistic and very, not friends or family. Kidding, I miss you guys. And the other one is, I miss the West Coast time, being on the West Coast time. The great Red Hot Chili Peppers once said, the sun might rise in the east, but it settles on its final location. Dream of Californication. But
like for games and stuff?
For basketball games and just everything. Like everyone I still communicate with is on West Coast time. They're always 2 to 3 hours behind us because of the time difference, the time zones. We're on Eastern time. And it's annoying for sports. It's annoying for television. All the Warriors games I used to watch don't come on until like 10 o'clock. The Super Bowl was weird because we've been watching the Super Bowl, at 3 o'clock forever, literally forever. And it was like at 6:30.
Yeah, because that was after the time when we were 3 hours apart.
So it felt weird watching the game all the way until like 10 o'clock.
I think those are most of it. And like we kind of mentioned in the beginning, most of these are, other than a few, are all things like we can live without. And we've learned to be flexible and to adjust. And that's all good for us. And things we were willing to give up in order to fulfill a bigger, goal and purpose and dream. The family thing is, is hard, but I feel like we've done a pretty good job of keeping in touch with our family and trying to do, semi-regular FaceTimes, and we're planning a trip back actually. And I have family coming here in a couple weeks and a friend coming in another couple weeks. So that's going to be really fun. Eduardo's brother and possibly his godmother and like cousins and should be coming later on this year. So, the more settled we get here, and especially once we have a place for people to stay, like we just would really love to have all of our, family and friends visiting us and showing them around and showing them why we moved here and why we love it so much. And, we're building up our community and our friendships here, and that's just what you have to do when you leave.
Yep.
We found something interesting, maybe learned something new about living in Panama. If you like this episode, give us 5 stars or 4 or however many is on, I think Spotify's 5, Apple is 5. People interested in coming here might want to find it, and that might help them find this podcast easier. Thanks for listening. For those family and friends listening, we miss you guys, love you guys. Thanks for keeping in touch with us through this portal.
This magical voice where we just keep talking.
Any final words, baby?
No. I miss the Burrito Supreme in and out. Everyone else, I'll see you when I see you.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time on the PanaFamilia Podcast.